All right. Okay, so I've got Ben here, and he took the uh, English exam prep program. You went all the way through the program, and what was your final score, Ben?
I obtained a 9, 9, and a 9 in listening, reading, and speaking, and an 8 in the writing.
Perfect. So it's a good example because for you, Ben, are you a native speaker?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, a native and standard speaker as well, it sounds like. And for writing, were you pretty surprised with the score?
Uh, in a way, yeah, but I did quite a lot of practice exams beforehand and scored quite well. I never would have believed that I would have obtained an 8 before I took the course.
Yeah, thanks. I know you worked through the whole course, and it's interesting because you are a native speaker. So we see this all the time where a native speaker will go take the exam and they'll get maybe a 6 or a 7, maybe, because they didn't really study. Well, they don't really need to study English, but they do need to study, of course, for the exam. So on your side, why did you take the program? Did you take the IELTS exam already and then took the program, or did you just jump into the program because you wanted to get as high of a score as possible?
I was actually recommended by an immigration consultant, but I had beforehand done some practice exams, scored quite poorly, and realised it would be very difficult to obtain the score I needed. So yeah, he recommended your course, and yeah, it was it was a great recommendation.
Yeah, fantastic. And you did the course with your wife as well, right?
Yep. She's not a native speaker. She's from Taiwan, and she was also having quite a few difficulties beforehand, and yeah, she worked through it. We put in a lot of hours every day for 2 months, and yeah, it was a success. We walked into the exam with confidence.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, were you a bit scared of the exam before taking the program?
Yeah, in particular the speaking and writing, because yeah, I do have nerves speaking sometimes, especially when I'm not sure what to expect. And with the writing, I enjoy writing, but as I said, I've done some practice writing exams, and yes, sort of froze up and didn't really know what the examiner was looking for.
And you got a pretty incredible score at the end. What was your wife's score?
She obtained 6.5 in the writing, and she got an 8.5 in reading, which we were surprised about, and an 8 in the listening, and 7 in the speaking.
Yeah, so that's amazing for a non-native speaker to get those scores. Is It's really
Yeah.
something. And I mean, the big lesson that so you notice in the lessons that we have about 30 hours of lessons just on writing. And for people watching this, I think you could probably guess why, right? Writing is always the lowest scored all the way around the world, so you really need to focus on that. And then what's the next step for you? So you guys both got this really high score. You mentioned that you have a pretty big journey coming up. Um, I guess once all this COVID kind of stuff it has settled.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once this is all settled, then we'll be in a position to immigrate to Canada, which has been our yeah, been our dream for quite a long time. Especially now we have two children. We can't wait to get back to the Rockies in Alberta. Yeah, it's a bit of a cliche, but it's actually been my dream ever since I was a child to live in the Canadian Rockies. And after a taste of it for a couple of years, yeah, it's really become a reality now. And yeah, we'll do everything we can to get back there.
Yeah, amazing. And so your immigration consultant recommended the course to you, and you went through the course and you liked it. How does
Mhm.
that make you kind of feel about your immigration consultant? Does that make you feel like he knows what he's doing and he cares?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing, and he definitely obviously knows the course inside out himself. So yeah, we have a lot of faith in him.
Yeah, perfect.
That's for sure.
Awesome. And then the last question is, what's your recommendation for future future, I guess, exam takers, or for people who are kind of thinking about taking the course but aren't too sure yet?
I would say it's very worth it, and you should be willing to put in the time every day, as much time as you can, because it really does pay off in the end when you walk into the exam with that confidence. Um, and yeah, oh yeah, the templates as well, especially for the writing exam, they were just they were amazing. Memorizing them and being able to adapt them to each question was priceless.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and just to kind of go on into what you're discussing here, so it's in the writing. It's something that we talk about quite a bit during those writing lessons. Is that you don't have to show up with like a blank slate and try to figure out what to do in the exam. There are strategies to follow, and it works, right? You go in there with a plan, with a strategy, rather than just trying to like survive the exam. You go in and you're ready to show them what you've got, right?
Yeah, I was actually excited to walk into the writing exam, which I never thought I would be.
Yeah, perfect.
'Cause-
Okay, Ben. Well, thank you so much. I know your kids are probably waiting for you over there, so thanks for the chat, and good luck
Yep,
in those
dinner's in
next.
the oven.